Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel, where it's time for the match preview of Liverpool versus Wolves, and I have two very special guests with me, and it's great to have them back on the channel. Feels like a wee while since I've had them on the channel. First of all, Mack, how are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad, matey. Sorry, everyone was just getting the Wolves stats up anyway. But thank you for having me on, mate. It's a pleasure as always. Can't wait for this little episode and look forward to the big game yet again. Another big game for Liverpool at the weekend.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's going to be a big one as well. And of course, I've been joined by Mr. Connor Niblett from the Cop Council. Welcome back. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. And yeah, it's a bit of a big game, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Wolves, but finally, fans are allowed back in stadiums. It's a very long road, and it'll be nice to actually hear some atmosphere, hopefully, on Sunday night.
Absolutely, it's going to be a very, very good game. But just very, very quickly, something did happen on Wednesday. Liverpool qualified for the next round of the Champions League and won the group. So boys, I'll start with Connor first. How are you feeling about qualifying for the next round of the Champions League?
Relieved, really. I think that Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp has taken forever somehow to qualify, even though we've had decent-ish good groups in the past. We've always taken that last game to qualify. I think Jurgen's just playing mind games with us sometimes. But, luckily, he hasn't had to do that this year. We've managed to qualify. I think all of us knew after the third round of games that, we would be qualified in that and we'd be safe and sound. So, the Atlanta game, we'll forget about that and then we'll move on now. And, to be fair, the Ajax game was a pretty good game, especially for some youngsters in the team that I think we'll talk a little bit about, because of this game as well. And, yeah, it's now the question of who do we want in the next round, and to be fair, the Champions League groups are not even decided yet, so it is interesting to see where we're going to go.
Yeah, Jack, you along the same lines? Are you a bit relieved that we're through?
Yeah, mate. I think obviously, as Connor said, then everyone at home over the last couple of seasons, Liverpool have usually they haven't been given us a little skip of the heart anyway. Last couple of games, it's given a lot of time to really invest some players in that final game, which is a big plus considering obviously the amount of fixture pile up we're going to have on December, January and February anyway, mate. But I can't wait. It's just at the back burner now. It's something to look forward to. And obviously, whatever the future holds, hopefully, fingers crossed, fans can a bit more come back into the stadium. Yeah. Obviously, I think, I'm not so sure, people at home, let us know in the comment section below, but I think that fans that are coming into the stadium, they're not really allowed to sing songs and that. So
yeah,
they're just more or less spectating the game, really. So it'll be interesting to see I haven't looked too much into the full guidelines of it, but it's just great that fans get the opportunity to see their team play anyway, and it's not better.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, as we say, the fans will be obviously welcome back to Anfield at the weekend, and I'm sure we'll have a very, very good. It's great to see fans back, and obviously, with Liverpool being in Tier 2, it'll be great to see fans back. So let's move on to the match preview, and that is Wolves. It has to be said, I think from the three of us, we wish Raul Jimenez a speedy recovery, because it does weaken Wolves a little bit. Come to Connor first of all. What have you made of Wolves this season so far?
It's been a bit of a strange one for Wolves, I feel. I think that they always start the season very slowly, but then, when they gradually go through the paces, they end up being fine and challenging for a European place. And that, of course, we took their best player in Diogo Jota. I'm just going to say that right now. Let's be honest. It's the game that is set up for Jota.
Yes.
To obviously score against his former club and that. But just looking at the stats now, 5 wins this season, 2 draws and 3 defeats. It's decent, in this crazy season because look at us and Tottenham. We're both on 21 points. it's interesting. This season could the top four could be us, Spurs, Wolves, and Chelsea. That's how mad this season is, and that's how mad 2020 is. It's unpredictable, and that. But I think they've managed to do things well with, of course, people leaving the club and that. Of course, Raul Jimenez, doing fantastic, but unfortunately got injured. And like you said, all of us wish him the best, because it is, a serious injury, of course. Adama Traore is always a threat. I think if anyone's seen the clip on Twitter of what Rob Holding called him on Twitter, I won't say what he said, but just go and have a look on Twitter. But the major surprise for me, and I did say it, before we went on about Adama Traore, it seems that Wolves like to play him right wing back for some reason. And I think that's weird, in my opinion. I think that Adama Traore, he's got the pace, he's got the physicality to try and go at defenders. And when I've watched Wolves this season, they haven't done that. They've played him defensively and been isolated, really. And only in recent games they've started to do that. They've played Nelson Smirdo at right wing back and then put him right wing. And I think if they do that against us, then I do think he will cause problems for us, because, like I said, pace and power is his game, realistically. So hopefully Robbo can put him in his back pocket. I think all of us would like him to do that.
I echo what you say. I mean, Adama Traore is one of those special players who has a lot of pace, and his end product's getting better, you'd have to say, but he still has to work on it. But he is only still 24 years of age as well. But I look at Wolves' squad, Jack, and you look at the names: Pedro Neto, Daniel Podence, João Bentinho, Ruben Neves, Connor Cody, Nelson Semedo, Rui Patricio. This is a really great team that Nuno's got together at Wolves, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically the Portuguese national team with a bit of a Scouts twin to it. Like, it's a bit nothing better than throwing a Scouts in the mix to any group of people anyway. So the Portuguese lads probably haven't even got a clue what he's saying half the time, but he's not. But yeah, some great players there. Obviously Neto and Podence. Butchered that. There will be someone in the comment section you pronounce that wrong, but they scored against Arsenal, and obviously I think this game, like it always is, a very difficult test when we have played against Wolves. I think Wolves over the last 2 seasons, when they come to Anfield, when they've seen them play live, they're ridiculous. Like what the manager demands from their players anyway. Nuno, he's similar to obviously what Leeds do as well. They're very in your face. They like to play an attacking brand of football, but they're very clever when they do go forward. And obviously, Connor mentioned the Adama Traore. There was a game that Andy Robbo got absolutely murdered by him. A couple of was it last season or season before? One of them where he just got absolutely terrorised by him. And he's done that to a lot of players anyway. But that's saying how good of a player he is anyway. But fantastic, mate. I'm hoping they can get European footy this season, and the way this season has been, as you two already mentioned, everyone at home as well. Hopefully we will win the league this season, fingers crossed. But whoever finishes 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th, and 6th, it could be up in the air. I'm hoping it's a couple of surprises, and Wolves do get into possibly a European spot. That'll be nice.
Absolutely, it's an unpredictable season, and we have to say that Wolves 5 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats. It's not been a bad start, and as Connor says, they do seem to start slowly as well. Then right between sort of January to May, they always have a bit of a good run. So I think we're seeing something similar along the lines with this Wolves team, and I think looking at their squad, I mean, as I've said, countless of times, their front three is absolutely magnificent as well. So we're gonna have to watch. Obviously, they won't have the physical power of Jimenez, but in Neto and Podence, you saw what they did against Arsenal. They were really, really good, and that's something we're gonna have to watch. But going on to obviously the Liverpool side of things, and as Connor said, this is the game for Diogo Jota, because he made the move to Anfield in August, September. Was it just September?
It feels ages ago now.
Yeah. It's mad. It's weird. We're made up with God. I'm like, the time has just been absolutely scuppered with what's happening in the world. And I've lost track of time.
Aye, but I mean, everyone said that we spent way too much on Diogo Jota. I mean, I remember a Wolves fan actually saying they've pulled the pants down on Liverpool, like how they got £45 million for Diogo Jota, but it's actually gone back in their faces because what a start he has made. 8 goals in 12 games. So this is the game for him, Connor, isn't it, to thrive upon?
Yeah, against former team, I think, everyone loves playing against their former teams, especially when it's a former Liverpool player anyway. They always love scoring against us. So it would be nice for it to be reversed for this game. And yeah, look, I think we've all had the debate this season, who has been, the best signing for Liverpool. Was it Thiago? Was it Jota? I think for definite now the power shift has changed to Jota just because of, the longevity at the minute, because of course Thiago is out for the rest of 2020. But Jota is one of these special players that Klopp and all the transfer committee find. We didn't really find Mo Salah, but the way Mo Salah's been transformed into this like goal machine. Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino. I know Firmino wasn't Klopp signing, but he's changed him into this false nine, and Jota is acting the same as Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah and Sadio, and it's interesting to see whether or not if Klopp might go with the 4 again for this game, and try and go all out, because of course we have defensive issues, as everyone knows, and the injury issues and that. So Klopp might just go, bugger it, we're going to go all out attack, and we are going to try and blitz Wolves, attackingly. And I think that is probably what he is going to do for this game. He might go for the 4. And then of course the debate is, if he doesn't go for the 4, does he pick Jota over Firmino, and then all of that, talk, or do we keep him on for being a substitute and that, and being the super sub? So it is interesting to think about it, but I think it's no secret that I think Jota is going to have some sort of impact on this game.
Yeah, and Jack, they gave us a really hard test against us at Anfield last season. I mean, you remember, like, Mane scored the winner for us, but they had a goal ruled out where, VAR. Let's just pray nothing happens in VAR this weekend, because if you remember, that goal was ruled out, I think, by a fingernail, a toenail, I think it was as well. So it's going to be a very, very hard test, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, it was a fantastic decision for us. One of the very few decisions in which we do get. I remember seeing that game, and like, Wolves give us a proper test, didn't they? It was a proper test. But what a performance from them. But in terms of what they've done from last season into this season, it'd be interesting team selection. I know you mentioned anyway, if Liverpool do approach this game a bit more defensively, everyone at home, let us know in the comment section below. Or will Liverpool, especially if Trent is not fully fit and you've got Nico Williams, or if you swap Podence or Traore. I know if I was a Wolves manager, I'd be telling Adama Traore, just get at Nico Williams, just run at him down that left hand side anyway, and just swap wings and really the interchange and play. Or the Liverpool, as Connor said, go with the 4 attackers and possibly go. I think I've just seen there off camera. Did he play a 4-2-3-1 Wolves when he won against Arsenal, or was it more or less a 3-5-2 at the back?
I think it was 3-4-3, wasn't it?
I think it was 3-4-3 from what I remember.
Yeah, well, I was looking on Flash Score then, instead of 4-2-3-1, but it'd be interesting. It depends as how they set up anyway. If they do go like for like with 3 centre backs, but if that's the case, and Liverpool do whatever formation Wolves they're playing anyway against Arsenal, if Liverpool do go with a 4-2-3-1, as Connor said, that would open to a lot more defensive security, I think.
Yeah.
And this is a game where I think we'll all take a 1-0 win. I'd be very happy, because given how well they have played Wolves over the last few seasons against us, but as long as Jota, and I think he will play, as Connor said, it's not unlike players playing against the club.
Yeah.
You want to you play against your old mates, but you want to show to the rest of the footballing world
the
reason in which they come to this football club is to just win trophies and just put in a great performance.
Yeah, well, let's get into team selection. I'm going to say this now. Kelleher has to start. Has to start this game. The reason I'm saying that is because why change a winning team? Why change it? Kelleher was fantastic, I thought, against Ajax the other night, so I would keep him in goal. So, Connor, what's your starting 11 for the game on Sunday?
Well, before I do say it, Jack was right. It was 4-2-3-1 that Wolves did play against Arsenal. It wasn't 4-3.
Oh, there we go.
It wasn't 3-4-3. That's why I was double checking. Yeah, it was a 4-2-3-1. I'd agree. I think for Liverpool now, I think Kelleher has to start. It was interesting what Klopp had to say after the game. That he said that we needed Kelleher's footballing ability, and I think that is what has now changed Klopp's mind over Adrian and Kelleher. So I think Kelleher starts. If Trent's not back, then of course it'll be Nico Williams. Usual suspects, Fabinho and Joel Matip. And then of course Adley Robertson. And then it's the question, then does Klopp go 4-3-3 or does he just go all out? I think he'll go all out. I think he'll play Henderson and Wijnaldum in the middle. And then I think he'll play the Fab Four up front.
Interesting. Jack, you along the same lines?
Yeah, very similar. But I'd take Gini out and put Curtis Jones in. I just think he needs a rest. I know it's against Wolves, but he's the trusted man. He's the man for the big games. And it's up to Gini. Gini might kick off to Klopp and go, "You're not dropping me, boss." I'm still fit as a fiddle anyway. He's an absolute athlete, but it wouldn't surprise me if I'd go exactly with what Connor's went with in terms of the back line. But for me, I could possibly see Jones come in, or even play Jones up front. He's very capable of playing on the wide areas anyway. He has been, but I just praying, touch wood, everyone in your house now, no other injuries. But I'm excited to see how Liverpool do match up anyway. So I think we'll go with a 4-2-3-1. But it wouldn't surprise me if we get that extra man in midfield and really try and control the game. So you would see possibly Curtis Jones getting put in alongside the lads in midfield.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to go along the same line. I don't think it's the game to risk Trent, in all honesty. He's just coming back from injury. I wouldn't risk him. I'd feel sorry if Jones was rested for the bench. But then again, he could come in against Midtjylland and But the thing is, I think we're going to need Curtis Jones now more than ever. So I think if he plays this game, then he'll probably be rested for the Midtjylland game. And anyway, we're through anyway, and we're group winners. So Klopp can afford to play a very young side if he wants to against Midtjylland. But yeah, I go along the same lines. I think if Firmino doesn't start, then it'll definitely be Jota, Mane, Salah up front. And I think Jota's actually thrived upon in that attacking forward role for sure. So it's going to be very interesting. So score predictions. Jack, I'll come for you first. What's your score prediction?
I've been shocking on everyone's score prediction. I think I've got like one on everyone's channel. I think probably I've been so biased. I went 5-0 Liverpool. I think I'll go over 1-0.
Okay.
That'll be the most sensible prediction I've done all season. So yeah, 1-0. It's with a Jota goal.
1-0. Connor?
Is it too bold to go 5-0, Jack? Is it too bold?
Don't do it, me, lad. Just turn around. Just for nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it, Jack. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be very attacking game. But I think Liverpool will win 2-1. I'm gonna go for. And also as well, it'll also be interesting to see whether or not if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain comes back, because he is.
Oh, good point.
He is close. Apparently. So it'd be interesting to see if he starts. But yeah, 2-1 Liverpool for me.
I'd give him another 6 months wrestler just in case. I'd just give up with Ox. I love him as a player. I was absolutely buzzing when we signed him, but I think it's a similar thing with Danny Ings and obviously
Yeah.
long-term injuries. I want nothing more than to see Ox in a red shirt and just see him in that more advanced role to when we see him in
Yeah.
the Champions League, because that's where he thrived. Which is, I'll ask you this, and everyone at home, would you possibly see a Minamino play? Do you think it's a type of game to see a mini play in place of one of the forward three?
Yes, but not as we've seen him against Brighton, because he was terrible against Brighton.
Yeah.
Klopp deployed him a lot more deeper, didn't he? He was trying to get into the spaces and it wasn't quite working.
Yeah, I don't think those two can start for Firmino and Minamino. I think they're too similar in position. I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool, and I'm going to go for a Jota double. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be confident in our young lads Kelleher to get a second clean sheet. So no pressure, lad. No pressure. But I've probably jinxed this now.
No. That's a me. That is totally me. I said about Joey Gomez, and Jack can back this up. I said that hopefully Gomez doesn't get injured on international duty. What happened? He got fucking injured.
That is the thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, guys, get your starting 11, get your score prediction in the comment section down below, and I'm sure the three of us will be able to reply to your comment. But I've really enjoyed this preview. Great to have you both back on the channel. Jack, where can we find you on the socials?
Oh, just the usual, mate. Jack Mack LFC, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The magic free. But thank you for having me on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. And hopefully everyone out there, and there's any Wolves fans watching anyway, any fans in general, everyone keep safe and well. And just fingers crossed, look after one another. And we'll do a couple of Christmas show episodes, won't we? So get them pumped out. So everyone, for tonight and for the weekend, have a lovely weekend. Hopefully Liverpool, and we will, get all 3 points. But thank you as always, mate, for having me on.
No problem. And Connor, where can we find you on your socials? I was looking right closely, and you are so close to 400. We just need to get you over that line.
To be fair, man, I haven't been uploading, so apologies if you are on my channel or anything. I haven't been uploading for some odd reason. But yeah, at the Cop Council on YouTube. Hopefully, I'll be doing a preview for the Wolves game. If not, then it'll be up for sure. But thanks for having us on, and it's great to talk about football with the lads again.
Lads.
Yeah, absolutely. It's lads. Well, we got Douglas lads, we got Connor lad, and we got Jack lad. So there we go. So
channel name.
I know that could be something as well. But yeah, guys, let us know your starting 11. Let us know your score prediction. I'm pretty sure we'll have a good game, and fingers crossed the Reds can get back into winning action after the disappointment of a 1-1 draw with Brighton. But fans are back, and this is a 7:15 kickoff, and it's on Amazon Prime, which is really interesting. So
at least it's on Prime. I think most people have got Prime.
Yeah.
I'd much rather it be on Prime, because you only pay like 8-10 quid a month, and you get so much stuff as well. If you're not too into your footy, you get your next day delivery. Well,
at least the pay-per-view system is gone, and actually people did their jobs correctly.
Yes. Yeah. Especially people paying £15 to food banks as well. But pay-per-view. Never again. But yeah, guys, if you do like this content, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like on this video, go and check out Jack at Jack Mack LFC, go and check Connor out at the Cop Council, and please get him to 400, because I think he'll be very, very happy about that. But no, thank you very much, guys, for watching this, and the three of us will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now. You'll never walk alone.